Hello everyone, this is Playerovski bringing you the Easter special. Yes, happy Easter everyone. Happy Easter everyone. We're going to do a custom battle today. Now, those of you who have been around for about 4 to 5 months or so, or who watched my Christmas special, we know that we did the H39 class against the Revenge class. But I'm wondering if we can go one better. What do I mean when I say one better? Well, what I mean when I say one better is, can we take on the Queen Elizabeth class? Oh yes. The whole class. How will this go? And the British will get the initiative because they've got 5 ships. So this is much on paper. This is extremely strong for a battle fleet. Pretty much as strong as you can get. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So, we've got the initiative, we've got the British Navy. Let's get right into it. So, there are the H39s. We just need to make sure that they don't get away. Actually, no. We need to figure out who's going to be targeting who. So they're kind of heading towards each other. Can we target any of these? Yeah, I think I'll have... Yeah, Barham and Malaya can go for the Hutton, Warspite and Valiant can go for the Berlichingen, and then the Queen Elizabeth can go for whoever is more in need. Now, I'm going to use the targeting information from each ship to help with the targeting. So that's 23,000, and they're saying 21,700. And I'm actually going to aim for the back of the ship straight away, simply because I want to damage propulsion, so they can't get away. Shoot! Malaya, where are you going with your guns? Your guns, I think, did I say we're going to point them at the Hutton? Yeah, Malaya goes for the Hutton as well. So, 21,700 was good for that. I'm actually going to go 23-1 this time. I'll go 23-1, fine, 23-5 even. So I do think that this will be good. Shoot! Almost. Alright. Yeah, I think I'll have Queen Elizabeth go for the Berlichingen. Yeah, Queen Elizabeth is the one that we can sort of switch around a little bit. So, 22.8 is what they're saying. I'll go 22.4. Combination of what they're saying and my own ingenuity there. Shoot! Oh. That's not gone well. That's really not gone well. The Valiant is going for the Berlichingen. There we go. We'll go 21 exactly. '21 is right over here. Aim towards the rear to damage propulsion and shoot. Now you go all the way around. Can tell this is going to be quite tiring because we've got 5 ships to worry about, you see. So it's going to be challenging in that respect, at least. So that was pretty terrible. What's their response going to be? Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one, all right. Yeah, they're all going for the... is that the... Which one was that? The one that's the closest to them. We have hit them slightly already, though, which is a good thing. 21.7 was... not great. We'll go 20.7 this time. Shoot! It's just one hit. Yeah, they're saying they weren't happy with that. Do I agree? Yeah, it could do with a little bit of reduction. We'll try 22.2. Those look good. You move along as well. Now you are under with your shooting, so we'll send you up to 23.8. 24.1 even, go on. Shoot! Now I am dreading slightly the German side of this, because, well, rather unsurprisingly, I will say that I will attempt this battle from the other side as well. I mean, you never know. We could pull this off. So they're aiming all for the Warspite, because the Warspite is by far and away the closest thing they've got to them. Shoot! It's also the closest thing I've got, which means it'll be quite interesting to see who capitalises on that the most, the best. Right, they've missed. Yeah, like I said, from the British side, this will be very easy, or at least it should be. I don't think we'll lose a ship. Crikey, I shouldn't say that, should I? Because that really puts the pressure on now. It puts the pressure on even more than it did before. Oh yeah, this is going to be super easy. We're not going to even lose a ship. It'll just, you know, give me 5 minutes and it'll be all over. No, they could score a good hit. Or they could focus all their fire on one ship, the one that's the closest to them, and, you know, finishes off that way. There's all sorts of... There's just so many pathways for them to, you know, to throw in a bit of a surprise for us. Throw in a bit of a curveball. Right. I mean, we're hitting them. We're hitting them all right, so that's got to count for something, right? I'd like to think it does. Oh, we didn't change to fire for the propulsion. But that's fine, it would seem. It's fine, it seems. Alright, 20.7 was fine. I'll drop it to 20.2. Let's get those guns blasting. Oh yeah, go on. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. 19.9 was, well, a little bit long. We'll drop it to 18.7. Shoot. There we go. Good, bad. Oh, look at that. Very good. Amazing even, I would say. And what a time to knock out 2 turrets just as they get close to taking us out. That does remind me though... Oh, that's 1 hit scored. That does remind me, when it's our turn as the Germans... Oh yeah, we've got their propulsion heavily damaged. Excellent. Alright. So we just fire at the ship normally now. That does remind me though, when it's me as the Germans, which will be the next video, I will only have 4 turrets, well, 4 turrets on each ship that I'll be able to use. So 8 in total. Whereas they will have, near as makes no difference, 20. 20 turrets versus 8. Do you kind of see where I'm going with this? It's a really big ask. I would have to knock out, if we're going for turrets, well, I'd have to knock out 2.5 times more. So for every turret that I lose, they'd have to lose 2.5. And that's a really big ask, really, isn't it? If you think about it. Really big. Yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all so far. But, you know, I've said it once and I'll say it again. This is the easy side of this. The hard side will be once I do this. And it's going to be a really hard one. I mean, it was bad enough taking on the whole Revenge class with the with just 2 ships. Like, I get it. I totally get it. They're really good ships. I'll be the first to say it. They're really good. But sometimes just sheer numbers. Are they going to crash into each other? No! See what I mean? If they do that to me, as the Germans, things are going to get very nasty very quickly. Right, is that the first ship I'm going to have to turn away? I mean, it's nothing shameful to turn a ship away if it's damaged, I'd like to think. If it's damaged, you're going to turn it away, obviously. You're not going to keep a damaged ship in with the risk that it sinks, are you? No, of course not. I suppose unless it's absolutely critical. If it's like a critical situation, like life or death, then perhaps yes, but if it's not, then I personally wouldn't recommend it, you know? I wouldn't recommend it. Like, if you have the option, and I clearly do, then, you know, turn away if your ship is damaged. So I don't really want to give them the satisfaction of sinking one of my ships, you see, so, yeah. We need to just, you know, do everything we can to stop that. And we still have 4 left that are still very much in working order. So, yeah, we're fine for now. The problem will be if they do that to another ship. Then they will have lessened the odds against them considerably. They will have thrown away half. This is the Warspite, isn't it? Yeah. All over it. It's all over. Propulsion pumps after radar, heavy damage after spotter, light damage, X-turret, AAA destroyed. Right. Say no more. We're getting you out of here. Make smoke with the Warspite, get her out. Now I want to know, will they continue going for the Warspite because that's the one that's damaged? Or will they go for something else because the Warspite's not firing at them anymore? That's what I want to know. So 19.5 was, yeah, we were long basically on all of them, weren't we? We need to put shells on the target, not after the target. It's a bit useless if we're doing that. Right, their propulsion's now shot as well. Yeah, I'll go 27. Well, 20.7. 27 might have more than one meaning. I'm not going to go up to 27 degrees, obviously. I mean, I guess in theory 27 degrees could be used, maybe, in this battle. If they turn away, if they try and turn away and run, we could end up using 27. Alright. I mean, we're doing well. We're doing well, I'd like to think. I'd like to think we're not doing too badly. Yeah, go on. Shoot away like that. So 16.8 was absolute rubbish. Not good. Not good. I mean, keep turning away. Keep turning away as best as you can. I'm going to assume that's still for the Warspite. Yep. I think the Warspite's pretty much scuttled regardless of what happens. Which is actually annoying, because that kind of, you know, that gives them some sort of victory. They'll say, yes, we lost 2 ships, but they lost a ship as well. But at the same time, you know, it also gives me hope, going forward, that if my shots are absolutely perfect pinpoint accuracy every single time without fail, I've got a chance of doing this. I mean, it's not it's not the most optimistic way of painting a picture, but you know, you have to be realistic. You got to be realistic. Got to use that logic. And you know, if it's 5v2, you have to say it's 5v2. The odds aren't in my favour. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm not going to turn around and say, you know, oh, this is fine, like, it's going to be an easy battle, when it clearly isn't. Right. The good news is, they focused all their efforts on one ship. Well, it's good and bad news, I guess. It's good because nothing else is damaged, it's bad because, well, all the damage has been collected onto one ship. The Warspite, which loves to explode, it would seem. Gotta get her out. So that's bullishing and firing. Oh, they're going for someone else now. Now, is that because they know that the Warspite will be scuttled, so they don't need to worry about it? Or is it because they've realised it's no longer a threat, because it's basically, you know, it's basically gone, so they can focus on other ships now? I've got no idea. You know, absolutely none at all. No idea whatsoever what their tactics are. What I do know is that we've just scored some more hits, and you know, that's pretty much what you can ask for in a sea battle like this. Good hits, and for the enemy to not score good hits. That's basically the essence of it, isn't it, really? Obviously, you've got complications along the way as well. But yeah, that's the essence of it. If you can put more hits on your enemy than your enemy can put on you, then in theory you should win. Obviously, that doesn't really apply if the difference in that assumes the same gun caliber, or at least comparable gun caliber. Obviously, if you say to me, I've got a ship that's got, 8-inch shells or 6-inch shells or 5-inch shells, and I'm taking on a ship that's got 15 or 16-inch shells, and I want to know if I put the same amount of hits on them, will that do it? Or even more hits than they put on me, will that do it? You're not going to do it really then. Good, we're getting them away, and the warspat hasn't exploded, so that's good. Only one turret from the Berlichingen gun fires. That's not bad at all. That means, clearly, we're hurting them. Mind you, they've hurt the Warspite as well. Warspite, unbelievable damage. But everything else is pretty clean. But, that's the thing, though. I'd rather them damage everything a little bit than to focus their efforts and potentially sink a ship. Because no one remembers that, oh, they damaged it. Oh yeah, they damaged all the class. Yeah, fine, but no one's going to remember that. What will they remember? Oh, they sank one of the ships. Oh, that's something. That's noteworthy. Oh yeah, they damaged it. I mean, think about it, right? Which one sounds more prestigious? Like, they damaged a ship, they damaged all the ships, or they sank a ship? You're obviously going to say, well, maybe not obviously, but I'd go with the option where you actually sink something. If you sink something, that means you've got, you've got something that way. Whereas if you damage something, well, get it back to port, repair it, and all your hard work's gone. It's not there anymore. It's been repaired away. Hit the turrets? No. Well, maybe slightly. Disengage? Can we? Oh, that's nice. No! So they're going for this one now. I mean, there's a reason why I said this is a... Well, guess who got Bismarcked? Guess who just got Bismarcked? So that's... The Valiant's gone. A and B turret destroyed, AAA destroyed, main spotter and main radar heavy damage. I mean, that can happen in a battle like that. That's a real shame. Oh, unbelievable. I thought... Really? That's what we're going for? Don't really know what to say. Can we Bismarck them back? Oh, the Valiant's gone. Why? Why must things go like that for us? Look at her go. Well, we're probably going to have the Warspite scuttled as well, so we've only got 3 ships. And there you go. That's how, that's war for you. You go in, you think, with basically easy victory in mind, and then one of your ships gets a couple of good salvos, so it has to turn away very heavily damaged. Another gets Bismarcked, and all of a sudden you've lost almost half of your force. I mean, magazine hits like that, I don't think you can realistically control for them. I think even if I decided to alternate course in an attempt to confuse the gunners a bit, there's no guarantee that that'll do it. You know, there's no guarantee. They could, because it comes down to luck. Right, we've destroyed a turret of theirs. It just comes down to luck. I think which episode was it that I said this? No one ever plans for a magazine hit. The side that gets it doesn't plan for it. They don't go into battle thinking, right boys, we're going to get a magazine hit. And the side that gets it also doesn't plan for it. They don't go into a battle thinking, right, we're going to magazine detonate their ship and we'll be out of here in 5 minutes. No. They just happen. It's just complete roll of the dice, and, you know, a whole host of things have to coincide in order for it to happen. And as unlikely as it may be, it does happen. As proven here with the loss of the Valiant, which I'm still a little bit salty about. I am salty about it. Yeah, if they scuttle the what's it called, the Warspite, then I would actually call this battle a draw. If anything, at that point, I'd say, do you know what? They've sank 2 of my ships. I've taken out 1 of their ships. Well, 2 of theirs. Call it a draw, perhaps? And I think even that's being generous to myself, because if they took out 2 ships, they also damaged another as well. So if anything, you could argue the point that actually they scored a victory here of some sort. Of course, I don't like to admit that, because that would mean that I lost if someone else was victorious. But, you know, you have to be objective. You know, you have to be objective like that. And yeah, like if it pains me to say it, but yeah, if the other side, if you sink 2 ships, right, that's one thing. If they sink 2 of your ships and damage another, arguably they've dealt more damage to you than you have to them. Right? More damage overall. Yeah, because if you put it on a scale, like 2 sunk ships each, alright, fair enough. And then, you know, 1 ship damaged, there's nothing on the other side to balance that out with. Oh, good hits. Good hits. 7 out of 8. So we've got them under control, but very expensive. At what cost? Just 2 battleships. Wow. That's pretty extensive damage, isn't it? So here are the things that are not damaged. These things are not damaged. Steering, pumps, A turret, port secondary, starboard secondary. And that's it. Everything else is either destroyed or heavily damaged. Wow. And yet they're still afloat. They're still firing away at us. They're still able to, you know, to do stuff. Kind of amazing, really, isn't it? Which, again, it gives me hope for when I take on this, for when it's me doing this. Just thinking, though, while we're on the topic of, well, we're not really on the topic of it anymore, but going back to the magazine hit on the Valiant, if they Bismarck me when I'll be on the H39s, that's going to pretty much spell game over for me, because there's no real way for me to come back from that. If you lose a ship and they've still got 5, Like, come on. There's no real way of doing that. Unless I then get super lucky and either score a bunch of critical hits hitting critical areas of the ship, which means that then we pull it off somehow. I mean, that's the only way. Like, if they get a magazine hit on one of my ships, I then have to either get a magazine hit on 2.5 of theirs, but you can't get 2.5, so I'm going to say, well, 3, I guess. Or we score critical hits like, well, the pumps pretty much, I guess. Pretty much. We'd have to score hits on the pumps and send them under that way. In very quick succession as well. There's no point saying that, oh right, well we'll do 5 or 6 salvos and then we'll score hits on the pumps on one ship then, because that's too slow. What I mean is you go like none. Oh, how about that? Like they Bismarck you, and then you pretty much have to respond instantly. I'm talking, they Bismarck you, you then damage the pumps on one, and then sink them on the next turn, maybe. Something along those lines, like that's, and then you do it again, damage pumps and sink, and then next time you Bismarck them, maybe. I don't know. Is that even an expression? Might look it up actually after I've finished recording this. Is that a word? Like, well, it is a word, but can it be used as a verb? And if it can, what does it mean? If anything. I hope I don't regret this decision. I've got a feeling that it's maybe not the best thing to do. Right, Berlushigan fires with 1 turret. But yeah, these are all pretty much fine. It's a shame these don't have torpedoes. We would utilise them, I think. Come on, we're almost done here. We're almost done. Come on. Oh! Cut that. Would you look at that? That's another turret destroyed. Let's go to 18.5 maybe. They're going to go under soon. No, that was long. Not good enough. That was long. Too much welding on the elevation. That was 6, 18.4. If I go... I'll zoom in a little bit more. Oh, this is better. 18.4. Yeah, let's try 18.4 again. Let's try 18.5 maybe this time. Let's try 18.5. Send them under. Go on, 18.5 to send them under. No. But we did score 6 hits. And that's pretty much all you can ask for. Like, to put 6 out of 8 shells on the target it's really good. Because that represents 75% of your entire thing. Of all the shells that you can put on the target. In that one salvo, of course. Right. Finally, we've sunk the Hutton. Let's just take a look at the damage. Main spotter, main radar, A turret, B turret, AAA destroyed, propulsion, port secondaries with heavy damage. But we're not done yet. We still have the Berlushigan to go. Although I've got a sneaking suspicion the Berlushigan might be persuaded, without, much resistance, to follow suit quite quickly. Because they're not looking healthy. Right? Are we in agreement over there? I think they're not looking healthy at all at this point. Well, no. Look at them! Almost everything that can be damaged is damaged. Pumps, A turret and port secondaries are the only things that are not damaged in some way. They have to go under. There's just... They can't take this. So now we've destroyed the A turret as well. A turret's gone as well. Hutton clearly not hanging around. Hutton not one for hanging around, it would seem. And, well, am I surprised by that? Would I think? Not really, I don't think. Quite inevitable, well, maybe not inevitable. Yeah, there goes the Hutton. So now we switch our attention to the Berlichingen gun, which also looks like it kind of wants to go under as well. But will it? Well, find out by watching this video. If you have a custom battle suggestion, drop it in the comments below. Yeah, this isn't the end just yet. Oh, a little bit short. 18 exactly. Oh, perfect. Let's even go 17.8. Honestly, how tough are these? How tough are they? They're not even... I think even a brick wall isn't as tough as they are. Literally, just eating up 15-inch shell after 15-inch shell and just staying afloat. Granted, yes, they're not looking, they can't. Granted, they're not looking healthy, but still, all that punishment and they're still here. They're not doing anything, but they're still here, and I think that in itself is an achievement. Yeah. Steering, pumps and port secondaries are the only things that are not damaged in some way. Everything else, and most of the things on that ship are actually destroyed completely. So, there's not even... Can't even fix them. Unbelievable. Yeah. Fire another salvo on target and they'll eat it up. There we go. Yeah, just eating it up. Salvo after salvo, like, yep, keep it coming. We can deal with this. That's fine. Carry on. Mind you, I think they were pretty much designed to resist anything that the British could throw at them. Well, yeah. If they had been, launched and completed, they would have been very much the pride of the fleet. Although at that point you'd also be thinking, well, what about if the other H classes were launched? Do you know what I would want to see in this game? I know we're not going to see it, but I would want to see H44 class. H44 class with 20-inch guns. Imagine what a sight that would be. Nope, they're still here. They're still here. Could you even sink a H44 class? Oh, we don't mean to use that. Could you? I'd like to think you could. Well, no, yeah. You would do eventually, right? Finally, the Berlichingen is gone. What was the final damage? Yeah. Pretty extensive, as you can see. I think it's just easy if I read out what wasn't damaged. Steering, undamaged. Pumps, undamaged. Port secondaries, undamaged. Propulsion heavy damage, starboard secondaries heavy damage, everything else literally destroyed. But now here comes the moment of truth. What sort of outcome was this? Action report. On the British side, the battleship Barham received light damage. The battleships Malaya and Queen Elizabeth received no damage. The battleship Valiant was sunk for 32,000 tons, magazine detonation, and the battleship Warspite turned away damaged but was ultimately scuttled for 32,000 tons. And on the German side, the battleships Hutton and Berlichingen sunk for 56,400 tons each. But because we lost a couple of ships, the score is only 48,800. I mean, victory or not, what do we reckon? Drop a comment. Is this a victory? Is this a defeat? Is it a even Stevens? Let me know. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, well, first video on the Easter special. Again, happy Easter to all. If you enjoyed the content I put out, leave a like and subscribe. If you have a custom battle suggestion, write a comment below and I will make your suggestion into a video. Thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.